Hey everybody, I'm a little drunk, but not much, thank goodness. But I'm up here on top of the mountain, and my wife showed me a piece of land that she's been offered to buy from the relative of her friend. It's the Philippines. Anyhow, check this out. Now, this piece of land itself is not part of the deal, but I'm going to show you what I was offered to buy. Now, if I could buy this piece right here, that's a whole nother story. Problem is accessibility. Let me open that up a little bit. Now we're up here at a party, birthday party, for a relative of Helen's friend. I gotta watch, I don't want to stand too close to these coconut trees. The coconuts will fall down and hit you in the head and kill your ass. So beware of that. And you won't even know they're coming. You might hear a little noise. When I've heard them fall, all I've heard is when they hit the ground. So be aware of that. Now there's more mountains here. Like I do believe in an earlier video, I pointed at that mountain right there. I said, we're going up there, but I didn't realize we weren't going all the way up there. We're at a decent elevation. We're in Valencia at a town called Malibu. How appropriate. What a nice view like that over there. And I was told that 15 years ago you could buy land here for 8 pesos a square meter. And now they're asking 600, but was told 25 is the going rate. Welcome to being a foreigner. All right, where did I step across here? This is all water because that right there is a water tank that they let overflow. I think I stepped across here when I was able to get across. Yeah, right there. And there is no access back to here for a 4-wheel vehicle. 2 wheels only. Although it looks like somebody got back here with something with 4 tires. Well, there must be some access down this way. I'll have to check into that. But that's not the piece of land I was offered. At first it sounded like a decent deal. Spending like 300,000 pesos, 6 grand, to buy this piece up here that maybe later on down the road would be a nice place for Helen to retire. She used to work up here at her friend's Sari store. It's one of the houses up here. There's actually some this is a normal Filipino house. It's a little nicer one. You see all this open land here. Now, that's where I was standing, right back over there. All this could be purchased, along with the strip she's got out front. I need to have something. But without a proper road to get in, and literally this is it right here, from this side. Now I haven't investigated the other side. This is a little bit more typical a house here. It's kind of like being in the Ozarks here. You know, people living in whatever they could slap together. And where the land starts is just in front of this house here. Problem is, it's literally the driveway to get in. And of course the land that I just showed you is not for sale. Although, if it was, it's certainly worth buying. Especially if it's even at that higher price. And I was told that the 25 pesos per square meter is the actual going rate up here. Although that may be wrong. Now here's a very typical Filipino house. Bamboo. All bamboo. Very simple. Nothing fancy. But very nice. Very well done. There's probably a cook fire going here. There's some of the kids playing. Of course, they're very shy, so that's going to be like that. And this house here, this is where the land starts that I was offered. Somewhere just in front of this house. And now from this point on, I'm guessing right about here where this bike is. From this point on, I'm on the land I was offered. And I don't know if you can carefully notice, houses on this side, houses on this side, and they all come down through here, down this road. But this is not a road. This is part of the land I was offered. So if you were to build here, you would have to create some kind of way for these people to get to their houses. Not technically you would legally have to, although you might. There's probably some kind of right of way to get back in here. I don't know what their rules are in the Philippines. But this is the piece of land that I was offered, literally the driveway to get in here. And this is Valencia. And we understand, Valencia's been talked about a lot on YouTube. But people don't get into the details of how big it is. And there's areas where it's not high in elevation. And there's areas where it is. And of course, hello there, buddy. You don't like being on camera. There's another one. And another one. They're utilizing this land right now. But this is the piece of land. This includes all of this right here, up to these buildings. Well, probably within a few feet of the buildings. Maybe even right to the wall of the building. But if you were to build a wall around this property, you would probably get murdered for shutting off somebody's access to their house. And here we are out at a concrete road. Sorry, Stuart. Now let me show you another piece of land that I spotted here while I just turned my bike around. And if you're looking for land up in a place like this, if you get road access to a piece like that first piece I showed you, that's fantastic. But that doesn't mean you're going to find it. In other words, a view lot. And what I found when I was turning around was right down the street here. And this is more likely what you'll find. This is not a view lot, per se. I don't know if they have property going out to the cliff face. But if you're going to build up in a place like this, and trust me, it is a climb to get up here. To bring my trike up here, I have to go into low range. And it got very hot climbing this hill. Now, coming up in something like this, which is Helen's ex-boss's husband's truck, not so big deal, because it's very steep. But I saw this house turning around and decided I wanted to show it, because it's a good example of what you might be able to buy and build if you could find land at a decent enough price. And this is, like I said, Valencia. This is when people talk about being up high to get away from the heat. You definitely be in that here. But you're going to suck a lot of fuel climbing up and down here, and it's such a steep road that you got to be careful going down. You burn your brakes out on your car like every couple of weeks by how steep this road is, unless it has some kind of low-range transmission. On my trike, I stick it at low range, and no problem. And this is pretty much right where the road ends. I spotted this house. I turned around right here, and it doesn't. Road, I don't think it ends here. It goes further out, but in dirt. Now, look at this place. This guy probably bought this place very cheap. And he built this entire compound here. Let me zoom in a little bit and see the house a little better. Now, that's all well and good, where most people are building here like this. And most of the time, houses like that, they don't even have an inside roof. The houses here are not screened in. Yeah, and you can see this road continues on beyond the concrete. I don't know how far. Haven't been out there yet. But if you're trying to build off the grid, basically in a sense, in the Philippines, you don't have to go very far to be kind of off the grid, even though you can probably get internet here. Already you can get, you know, Elon Musk's internet. The house I was just at has internet. And I'll probably upload this video in the next 20 minutes because I happen to have internet. And this phone here doesn't have any phone connection. Now, yeah, you're not off the grid. And yeah, you probably need a generator up here to back up because when the power goes out, it'll be a while before they fix it because it's a dead end line, not a main line going somewhere else. But you might be able to find a piece of land. Oh yeah. And by the look of it, there's somebody going up into here because there's a little trail right here. It doesn't look like it's used much. So it might be for animals. And you might be able to find a nice little spot up here. And trust me, it feels very cool up here right now. It's 4:35 o'clock. Sun is on its way down, but not down. And it's nice, very nice actually. And probably much cooler even at night where you might need a blanket. Of course, my wife thinks sheets are blankets. That kind of cracks me up. You have no idea of true cold. Oh man, I can't even picture a Filipina at below zero. But probably about as like my Chihuahua was when I took him outside and he jumped on my foot 2 seconds after he hit the ground and was like, fuck this. I understand what true cold is. But, you know, welcome to the Philippines. Have a good one, everybody.